Hey YouTube, this is Pamela, this is Craft and Commentary. And what you're seeing here is the spine on my latest creation. I'm building on all kinds of knowledge, experience, trial and error. And I once saw a video which featured Coptic stitching, which this is. This is Coptic stitch, and I'm going to put a link to an awesome video where you can learn how to do it yourself, just as I did. And what you do is you take little booklets and you sew them together. And what is awesome about Coptic stitch, it is the main event, the main feature of Coptic stitch is that all spreads lie flat. And I'm demonstrating that right here. And this is, as folks know, I just love jelly plate printing. That's G-E-L-L-I. You can go to Gelli Arts YouTube channel, search Gelli Arts, G-E-L-L-I. 2 words or 1 word, I think. And so let me give you, I'm going to put this under here just to hold it up. And on the outside is just a motley kind of image. And this was one jelly plate print, and I do them on construction paper. It's very absorbent. It absorbs the craft paints, and I pasted it to file folder stock, and I use my Big Bite, and these are grommets, eyelets rather, and for the covers, and the covers are the same. So let's get into it. I'm going to go kind of quickly here. These are all jelly plate prints with patterns and textures, and I've done other videos on various aspects. Sometimes I use I don't always use the construction paper. This is security paper from old envelopes I like to recycle, and there's some various, obviously, textures, but also we got stamping going on, and I just want to get through some of these spreads. I like to put pretty colors across from one another. And what we have here, I believe, was roughly, I think, 4.5 inches wide by 6, and it worked that I got a lot out of the sheet. That's a big, so if it's 6 high, 4.5, or 4 1/4 or 4.5, then that would be 9 across. And that would be the size of the sheet, and 6 high, and then each sheet is folded, obviously, to make the booklets, and from the booklets you sew them together. So here we go. I just love these. They're what I'm going to try and possibly do have a YouTube channel or have a web page where I'm going to sell these, and under the name of meditation monoprints, because all of these are monoprints. They're all one of a kind. And sometimes I have little places where I have little pockets where I have little baby monoprints. I don't know if you want to call it that. So I use my various textures. I'm going to link to some of my other YouTube videos. And just going along here, just want to give you a sneak preview of the whole thing. This one I did about a month ago, and I'm learning more all the time. I have a new technique I'm going to show you at the end of this video that I'm developing. Okay. So, just want to give you an overview. Sometimes I just take a monoprint. I think that the colors are nice. They look good against the background color. I also use like a vellum kind of crinkly paper, some old envelopes. And I've been doing these more or less production line. And this booklet took me about 2 days to do. 2 days of extensive painting sessions and bindery sessions. And I want to figure out a way, seriously, to market them, because when you're sitting and talking on the phone and you're doing like business things that are not very inspiring, it would be really nice to just leaf through a little booklet like this where there's pretty colors, pretty textures, and just, I call them meditation monoprints. That's what I call them. I like these colors. They look a lot of wonderful texture. So I like experimenting with colors. These are sort of art journals, obviously art journals. Here's some of that vellum paper, sort of see-through. And the texture is just, and the colors, what can I say? And then I cut down the pages, like I say, in this case to 9 by 6, and then I fold in half. And then they become, you know, I nest all those pages, and then I'll make them into booklets. I think that these were seven sheets, which means 28 pages apiece. I forget how many. I think at least 20 booklets. So it can add up, and as you can see, some of these are, you know, you're going to see some repeats. We've seen this one before. So I get several out of a sheet. So we're going to have this one we've seen before, this you've seen. So, yeah, there is some repeat, but you know, that's okay. All right. Stenciling, of course. You know, we've seen some stenciling. This one's one of the prettier ones, I think. So stenciling, stamping, monoprinting. And as folks know, I do make my own jelly plate because they don't make a jelly plate as big as I need it. I use 18 by 12 size construction paper for the most part, not completely. And so I bought a cake pan, very deep cake pan, about at least 2-3 inches deep. And I have my own recipe for the jelly plate. It is, I will put that below again. I think folks should know about that. And I've done other videos, I can also link to those, where you can see my homemade jelly plate. And, I've come up with, I mean, most people use a brayer, and folks know what a brayer is. You can go to Jelly Arts YouTube channel, you see them using a brayer. But I've come up with something. I've come up with some new techniques. I mean, when you think about these things, you know, your mind just wanders and you say, hey, you know, I could use that. And I've been using a squeegee, like you use to clean your windows, you know. So, like I say, I'm kind of going through this awfully quickly. But you get the idea. But, you know, as you're, like I say, as you're kind of sitting on the phone, you know, you can be looking at some stupid memo or some dumb painting on the wall, or you can be, you know, as you're talking and even arguing with some supplier or whatever you're doing in the business world, which is not a fun place to be. But many of us have to be there out of economic necessity, of course. So at least you can make your life a little more uplifting as you're doing things like that. So I just love these colors. I love the textures. So you see like little remnants. There we go. And like I say, I have little pockets sometimes just for fun. You know, different things. I mean, anybody who possessed this journal could use it in any way they wanted. They could write in it, obviously. But to me, it's just a meditation. It's a meditation, book of meditation monoprints and other kind of printmaking. And I just like putting certain colors together. I like using different types of paint, metallic at times, obviously stamping and stenciling. There's using the monoprints, jelly plate style. I'm really going fast because we got a lot of pages here. Well, I'm coming to the end, and I thank you for watching. This is Pamela, and this is Craft and Commentary. And I'm going to link to the next video. I'm going to do some new techniques that I'm developing. And what's cool is that, you know, when you have the kind of open source thinking when you're talking about the craft world, you know, people coming from left field like myself, you know, come up with goofy ideas. Like I say, I'm using a squeegee. And again, I really want to emphasize these awesome, you know, how pretty that looks, and how with the bookbinding, with the different colors and everything, you definitely don't want to cover it up. So this is Pamela signing off. And again, thank you for watching.